The first tip I have for you is irrigation. I put these sprinklers in right here for irrigation for my orchard. So I think I mentioned it before. It was taking me over an hour to water all these trees by hand, and it was sporadic at best. You get lazy, you forget if you've watered, you may overwater, you may underwater. I lost a few trees by underwatering. So plan your irrigation wisely. If you can see my figs, they are turning yellow. Okay, they're not getting enough water from the sprinklers, so I have to run a drip line in the back to put some water on these additional, because these trees in the back row are not getting enough water. The orchard really did not start taking off until I put irrigation in to give them routine, regular watering. So that's the first thing. It's going to save you time, irritation, hassle, and you most likely won't lose any trees from a watering issue. Prune your trees correctly and lighten their load. This is a monstrosity of a tree. It is just all gnarly, crazy. Most of the branches are hanging downwards. And I did not thin out the fruit this year. I lost a major branch right here off of this one, so this one's probably going to be gone. Most of these up here are, oh, yep, see, this one here is broken. This one in here is broken right here. So I've lost a lot of these branches. Look, here's another one that I did not prune correctly. I can't even get through my aisle in here or here because this branch is just all the way out here, just in my way. And it's super heavy and super loaded with fruit. So prune them correctly. I don't even know how I'm going to salvage this tree. It's got one decent branch on it. But yeah, do yourself a favor. Pay attention to when you're pruning off your branches and thin out your fruit. Otherwise, you're going to just lose the branch anyway. So be wary of the fruit that you have and possible diseases, pest problems, things like that. This pear tree was subject to fire blight. I knew nothing about fire blight. I would walk by it and see leaves and branches, as a matter of fact, like this. They look like they were caught on fire. See, it turns black. Looks like it was burnt by fire. And I had no idea, and I left it on there for quite some time. And I had to prune them back. So, look, see, I think I still have it on here. Now, to deal with fire blight will kill your tree. So you have to cut it back 8 inches beyond where the fire blight is at. So, see, I've lost a lot of branches on this tree because of fire blight. And you can't treat during the fruiting season. You have to treat during the off season. So I'm trying to get my pears off this tree and keep it from dying from the fire blight. So be aware of possible problems that you'll have with the type of trees that you've selected. For example, peach trees get leaf curl. If you live where I live or in an area that's prone to that disease, you're gonna get it. It's so common and you have to treat. So just be ready for those type of things. Catch them early to save your trees. So I want you guys to see those apple trees. Nice green foliage, nice green thick foliage. Now look at those two. You can barely, they're so thinned out, they look puny, they look weak. And they are. And the reason being is they were susceptible to rabbits. They almost got fully girdled. So the rabbits snuck in here at night and they chewed all the bark. So there's about less than 50% of the bark left, providing nutrients to the top of this tree. If they would have got it all the way around, it would have killed the tree. Now, I think that this tree is severely limited to what its potential is going to be. So I've decided to just yank it out and start all over. Same thing with this tree. This tree also, look at this. It's bad damage right here from these rabbits. All right. Now, the tip that I have for you to protect your trees, if you live in an area where there's potential rabbits, is to get yourself some hardware cloth and give them a little skirt. Put a little hardware cloth skirt around it. This will keep the rabbits from getting to it. You can put it down into the ground if you want. I think this would be just fine. The rabbits tend to not come way up in my yard because the dogs will get them. They stay down there by the fence line. So all those trees down there are susceptible to it. All right. So put a skirt on your trees. All right, you're gonna want to stake your trees as well. I don't care what people say about strengthening up the roots, letting it get in there or whatnot. Stake your trees, especially when they're young. Otherwise, they're gonna fall over. Roots are gonna come out, or they're gonna break. Nowadays, if you're getting grafted trees, the wind will break them at the grafts a lot of the times. You don't have to keep the stakes on them forever. Just when they're young and small, or in danger of falling over. I can't tell you how many trees I've lost or almost lost to them being blown over, and it's a bummer. You spend a lot of time caring for your trees just to have the wind blow over because you didn't stake them. So there you go. Stake your trees, folks. Mulch your trees. Trees love mulch. If you got mushrooms growing in your mulch, great. The trees love all the bacteria in there. It helps keep them moist underneath the root system. Mulch them all the way around the drip line of your tree. The drip line is as far out as the branches go and the water drips off. Just mulch around them. Keep the mulch away from the base of the tree. That one's getting a little crazy there. But keep it away from the base because you don't want your trunk to rot. But mulching is great. It's really going to help your trees out, reduce your watering, and it's just good for your trees all the way around. So mulch your trees, folks. One last tip for you. Do not let this happen. See the difference in the leaves here? If you're buying semi-dwarf or dwarf trees, anything that grows below the graft is not the tree that you purchased. So that's what's going on here. I have been lazy on this cherry tree, and these suckers have just gotten way out of hand. I mean, they are growing from all around the base of this tree. I've got to clean them out and clear them off. They're just sapping the life from this tree and taking nutrients and energy that this tree could be using for its own growth instead of growing out these suckers. I see the fig tree is doing it as well. Let me cut all those off and get rid of them. No suckers on your trees, folks. Get rid of those as well. Well, something I forgot to mention, if I replace these two apple trees I was telling you about, that makes tree number 3. The first tree, this one blew over, broke at the graft because I didn't have it staked. That tree died because of lack of water. So then those were the first trees. I replaced them. These are the second trees. This is a 1-year tree. This is a 2-year tree. Now these are coming out because I didn't protect the trunks and they got girdled. So this is going to make the 3rd apple tree. Now, if you're doing the math, we're pushing $120 in investment in 4 years of time because I didn't take my own advice that I'm giving you today. So, yeah. So I hope you guys got something from those tips. You know, when you plant a home orchard and you're growing these trees for years, it's a huge investment. It's not only a financial investment for each of the trees that you purchased, soil, fertilizers, or things to treat disease. It's a huge time investment and you wait a long time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, you got something out of it, and I could help you protect your orchard investment. And, happy gardening, happy orcharding. Orcharding, is that a word? I don't know, maybe it is now. But hey, let me take a minute to show you my nectarines. Show off a little bit. Check this out. Check out all my nectarines in this tree. It's just loaded. Now I've already been thinning this out because I don't want to have any broken branches. But yeah, this is the first year. As a matter of fact, I think this is the first year. I think we got 1 or 2 off of it last year, and then all of a sudden it just exploded this year. Just gonna remove some of these, thin them out. This branch is getting way too heavy. Man. Anyways, hope you enjoyed my video and my advice for you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.